What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. How's everyone doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. We've got a great tech news day for you and a handful of questions. So let's dive into the tech news. First, our first story of the day is if you forgot what the front of the display of the Z Fold 3 and Z Fold 4 look like next to each other, let's take a look. So here's what it's going to look like. We've shown this before, just wanted to show you real quick again because the next story really goes hand in hand with this. But Z Fold 3 on the left, Z Fold 4 on the right. Z Fold 4 again, shorter, fatter, less of a body push out where that hinge is on the left. You can see it's a much smaller hinge, so less weight, easier to hold as well. And then when we dive into the next little bit where Ice Universe shows the Vivo X Fold, Fold 4 and Fold 3, you can see some differences here, obviously. So you have the Vivo X Fold on top, in the between you have the Fold 4, and then at the bottom you have the Fold 3. You can see the Fold 3 looks archaic. I really think it does anyway, especially with the hinge on the left there, that big giant hinge that just sticks out to the left, and then it's much smaller on that Fold 4, which sits in the middle of all these photos, and then also around the edges of the phone, kind of similar, especially on the display, kind of similar on both of the Z Fold 3 and Z Fold 4, but it's definitely more functionally looking better than the Fold 3 because of that hinge on the left side. And then the big boy at the top there, the Vivo X Fold, which has a much bigger outside display, as you can see. And then it has the camera at the top and the middle, just like the other phones. But you know, there are some improvements, obviously, because this is Fold 4 country we're living in right now, with the Fold 4 coming out in about a month or so. And you know, it's definitely a better, more refined design, and it's going to be lighter. So I'm super excited about a lot of those technologies being improved on this version. Next story has to do with dust and water resistance. We haven't heard a lot about the Fold 4 if it's going to be dust and water resistant. Fold 3 was water resistant, but it wasn't dust resistant. So if you put this phone in and it had gotten dusty, there's potential it would have been ruined. Well, what about the Galaxy Z Fold 4? Looks like some information is coming to light. Thanks to Original Asplace, who asked Ice Universe, please tell me more. The Fold 4 will have dust resistance, and Ice Universe said IP68, which is only water resistance. It's not dust resistant. So 3 feet, I think it's at 30 minutes of water. That's what it's rated for. Still not dust resistant, unfortunately, which for me, I guess, I don't really care. I've had this phone for a while. I don't feel like it's been ruined by dust or anything, and it's been very functional. So it doesn't really bother me, but I guess if you live in a really dry climate, like Vegas or maybe the Middle East, and you get a lot of dust and sand and stuff, maybe potentially you have run into some issues, but I would guess most other places probably not so much. But let me know, how does that make you feel not getting dust and water resistance and only getting water resistance again with the Z Fold 4? Is it enough to make you not buy it? With that said, let's jump into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that beat. All right, first question from June Johnson. Since you had the Fold, do you still use your tablets? Because I'm thinking about trading in my Tab S8 for the Fold 4. I want something smaller. I mean, if you want something small, because the Tab S8 is already pretty small. My son has that. I'm like, damn, this thing's small. And he uses it quite a bit all the time. For me, Fold 4 is definitely smaller, obviously more handy, but I still like having a bigger display, so I will use my tablet. I don't use it like all the time, 365. I use it many times a week. Last night, for instance, we were watching television on it with me and my wife, so it came in really, really handy with that. I have the Tab S8 Ultra, so it's huge, but I like having both devices personally. Timothy Hammock says, are they gonna make cases for the Samsung rollable device? And always appreciate your videos. I'm just getting over COVID. I haven't been on YouTube because of it. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching my videos, Timothy. It's super nice of you. I love everybody that watches my videos and uses their time to fill it up with some of my videos. It's really, really cool to hear. Do I think they'll make cases for the rollable devices? I would think so in a certain way. I think it'll probably be like the parts that don't physically move. I think those will be covered with cases, but the parts that don't move, yes. The parts that do move, no. And our last question, Natalka Richards. So I was wondering, when I get my Galaxy S22 Ultra, the T-Mobile carrier was doing 1,000 off if you did a trade-in. Do you think carriers will do something like that for the Galaxy Z Fold, or Do you think your best bet would still be to go through Samsung? Sometimes I feel like the carriers give better deals at actually Samsung because my S22 ended up being 250 bucks. Yeah, I know you're right. Sometimes the carriers do give better deals. So do I think they'll give $1,000? It wouldn't surprise me. Do I know for sure? No, I don't know. But it wouldn't surprise me, but I feel like they're probably gonna end up matching what Samsung gives you, which will probably be $800 to $900 trade-in at the most. And that's what I think. I would be happily glad, I would be happily wrong for you guys if that would be true, if you could get a better deal with the carrier. Thanks so much, guys. If you have a question, leave it in the comments down below with the first word being question. We'll see you down the road.